What's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. And yeah, sorry for missing yesterday's podcast episode. Didn't really have a choice. It's kind of like 4 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, couldn't really do that. So we're back here. We're here. So we're literally doing the same thing we did yesterday because there's no games today, so none to review today. So what we're doing today? Predictions. There's no predictions. There's no games. Reviewing yesterday's 2 days ago, technically, Western Conference Finals game number 5, and then that's it, because there's no games tomorrow to preview, and there's no games tomorrow for my fantasy team to, like, any players that are playing tomorrow for my fantasy team, so, yeah. Yeah, we do got quite a few things to talk about, only one thing what is from today, and it was actually not, it was pretty decent, but it wasn't, like, nothing too significant. But yeah, everything else is from yesterday. Come to what I gotta talk about. Tomorrow we're gonna talk about what's next for the teams that got eliminated in the conference finals, so the Hurricanes and the Stars. And then on Monday, in 2 days, we're going to be reviewing the Stanley Cup final. And then for Tuesday and Wednesday, not quite sure what we're gonna do. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what we're gonna do for the days in between Tuesday and Wednesday, and then the days that we don't have hockey. And that's technically the days after we don't have hockey, because I review the games the day after they happen. So yeah, yeah, not sure. Not sure. I would have to think about that either later tonight or tomorrow. Sometime though, we will figure it out though, because the Stanley Cup Finals start on Wednesday in Edmonton. So, yeah, all my social medias: X/Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. My Spotify, my Twitch Discord, my regular Discord, my website, my American football channel, basketball channel, baseball channel, USHL discussion Facebook group with about 5.3 thousand USHL fans. Another Facebook group called Saints for Life is about 1,000 to be kind Saints fans. Paragraph and a half of who I am and what I do this podcast. Everything you need about this podcast. Another paragraph how to contact me if you have any comments, questions, concerns about this podcast. All that much more is in the description of this podcast. Check it out if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you like this podcast. Follow on Spotify, same thing. Like this episode if you like this episode in particular. Like it on Spotify, same thing. Turn post notifications YouTube channel if you want to know every time I go live and do upload a video on this channel. So yeah, that out the way. Let's get into what we got to talk about here. So let's jump right into it. Multiple teams are ready to offer sheet J.J. Paterka if he doesn't get traded or extended by the Buffalo Sabres this offseason. So in case you don't know, I had actually Googled this the other day because I really didn't know. So how do offer sheets work in the NHL? Let's Google that. How do RFAs work in NHL? So, eligibility. RFAs are players who have completed their entry-level contracts or rookie contracts, basically, but haven't reached the age of number of NHL seasons required to become an unrestricted free agent. So they're off the rookie contract. They're not old enough or haven't played enough games to be able to be a UFA. Qualifying offer. To retain their RFA rights, a team must provide a qualifying offer to this player. If no qualifying offer is made, the player becomes an unrestricted free agent. So you might be wondering, what is a qualifying offer? Now, that's what we're Googling now. So what we got so far is a player after the rookie contract's over that is not old enough or hasn't played enough NHL games to be a UFA, and a team has to offer him them a qualifying offer, otherwise they'll just become a UFA. So a qualifying offer is a 1-year contract extended by a team to the restricted free agent to retain their negotiating rights. If a team doesn't offer a qualifying offer, the player becomes an unrestricted free agent. If the player accepts the qualifying offer, they are signed to a 1-year contract. If they reject it, they can negotiate with other teams. So it's basically a 1-year contract. Say, hey, here's a qualifying offer. If you accept it, you're with us for another season. If you reject it, you're able to be offer sheeted by other teams. so you can go to their teams if they sign you and give up picks, which we'll get to that in a minute here. Offer sheet. An RFA can sign an offer sheet with another team. This is essentially a contract offered by a team to sign a player whose rights are owned by another NHL team. So it's basically just a contract and say, here, I want you. You currently negotiating contract, like your negotiating rights are with another team, but I want you, so I'm going to offer you this contract. Here's a minute. Matching period. The original team has a limited time, usually 7 days, to decide whether to match your offer sheet and keep the player. So if you offer them a 5-year, $7 million contract, for example, you can offer that and say, yeah, sure, I'll take that contract. I will match it, and I want to keep this player. Compensation. If the original team chooses not to match the offer sheet, the new team must provide compensation to the original team in form of draft picks. The amount and type of draft picks compensated depend on the value of the contract. So the more money that player is making, the more draft picks they have to give up in order to get that player. So yeah, so basically it's a player that is off the rookie contract but that's not old enough or hasn't played enough NHL games to be a UFA. And then so that if you meet those standards right there, you're an RFA. So then the team that you were just on has to offer you a qualifying offer, which is about a 1-year deal at about the same salary cap that you were just making. If they don't offer you a qualifying offer, you're a UFA, unrestricted free agent. Anybody can go sign you, just giving you contract. You're unrestricted. If they do give you a qualifying offer, you can either accept the qualifying offer and you're there for another 1 more year, or you can decline that qualifying offer and then you're RFA. And then other teams can sign you to a contract. If you were to accept another team's contract, your team that you're currently on has the ability to match that offer and say, sure, I want him back, so I'm going to match that offer. I'll do the same thing you're doing. I'm just keeping him. If the team doesn't decide to match that offer, the other team that signed that player gets the player, but has to give the original team draft picks and compensation. And depending on how much the player is making, the higher the amount of money the player is making, the more draft picks they have to give up. So, yeah, that's an RFA. Kind of complicated, actually very complicated. I had to Google that and try to understand it myself, but that's an RFA. So multiple teams are ready to offer JJ Peterka if he doesn't get it traded or extended by the Sabres. So multiple teams are looking out for him. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that's pretty interesting. So the Sabres could easily, obviously, just extend them for qualifying offer or match another team's offer, and then they could, or they could just trade him, trade his negotiating rights, or sign him and then trade him right after. But we'll see. The Anaheim Ducks will make a run at signing Jonathan Toews. So they're going to try and sign Jonathan Toews. And then they also said, remember yesterday or 2 days ago, I guess, it said that they are willing to pay big money for Mitch Marner. Vegas is interested in Marner, and Anaheim's interested in Marner, and Anaheim's willing to pay big money for Marner. So they're willing to pay big money for Marner, and they're going to make a run at Jonathan Toews. So they're looking to make some big splashes this free agency. Watch out for the Ducks as free agency. They're looking pretty aggressive from the things that we heard so far. I'll let you guys know anything else that I heard. Okay. Next thing. Toronto looked to trade Marner to Vegas for Shea Theodore last summer. It must have been declined. Something must have happened. I don't know anything else. But apparently Toronto tried to trade Marner when he had 1 year left of his contract at the time to Vegas for Shea Theodore. It must have got declined. Or they looked to trade him. I don't know if they actually sent it through, but they tried. They looked at it. So, I mean, yeah, that's what's pretty interesting. I don't know. Doesn't really have that much importance now, but pretty interesting. And then this thing here, so no chance that the Leafs approach Morgan Riley to waive his no trade clause. That's another thing. So apparently the Leafs said there's no chance we're going to approach Morgan Riley and ask him to waive his no trade clause. There's no chance of doing that. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily guaranteed that Morgan Riley's might be there. I'm not sure, but that raises the that he might be there next season, start of next season. Colorado Avalanche has signed goaltender Ilya Nabokov to a 2-year entry-level contract. He was the first goalie selected in the 2024 NHL Draft, 38th overall, from David Pagnotta. So yeah, David Pagnotta on Twitter posted that 2-year entry-level contract for goalie Ilya Nabokov. He was the first goalie selected in the 2024 NHL Draft with 38th overall. So that's pretty interesting. Good goalie prospect. Locked him up for 2 years, an entry-level contract. And then the Islanders re-signed. So Kyle Palmieri re-signed with the Islanders at a 2-year, $4.75 million deal. So according to JFresh, he's about 71% offense, WAR, whatever that. So he's really good. 100% the max, 100% the best. So he's really good in offense. His defense was about 30% WAR. So like, his defense is not exceptional, but it's not terrible. Not a liability by any means. So it's okay, below average defense, but his offense is very good. Good playmaking. He can get some goals. Let's look at his stats. Kyle Palmieri. You gotta keep clicking everything but Palmieri. Stats. I already got the deal he just signed. 2-year, $3.75 million. I think it was. Wait, let me just confirm that. Hold on. Kyle Palmieri. Yeah, 2-year, $4.75 million. Okay. So over his career, he has 527 points in 900 games. This past season, he had 48 points in 82 games played, minus 17. 23-24 season, he had 54 points, 30 goals, by the way, 82 points. 82 games. 30 goals, 54 points, 82 assists. 22-23 season, he only played 55 games, but in 55 games, he had 33 points. 21-22 season, he had 69 games played, he had 33 points. So he has typically about half a point per game player. Good playmaker, very good middle six player. A little below average defensively, but can produce decent, like about half a point per game numbers, while playing about anywhere from 13 to 16 minutes a night. Good re-signing, 2-year, $4.75 million. I think that's a good deal from Matthew Darsh and the Islanders. Utah Mammoth signed 4th-round pick, 6'5" center Gabe Smith to a 3-year, $775,000 ELC rookie contract, basically. So yeah, I mean, they signed another 6'5" player. So that's 3 6'5" or 6'6" players. The first two were probably the 2 best prospects. But this one was still another 6'5" center. Seattle Kraken signed pending UFA 6-foot right-handed defenseman. Apparently didn't write his name down. So I guess we don't know, but whoever it is, a $900,000 2-year ELC. So yeah, whoever it is, apparently didn't put his name down, but yeah. The Islanders re-signed pending RFA 6-foot-tall, 24-year-old right-handed defenseman Adam Boqvist to a 1-year, $850,000 deal. So yeah, he's not going to play next season. More likely probably play in the AHL, but still, he signed. Might as well talk about it. And then here's the one thing from today. Alex Petrovich of the Dallas Stars have been put on waivers. So let's take a look at Alex Petrovich. Let's look here. So in his career he has 50 points in 269 NHL games, minus 13 plus minus. This past season, he only played 5 games in the regular season, getting 0 points. Year before that, played 1 game, got 0 points. Year before that, he literally took like a 5-year break for 2018 to 19. Well, he's okay. But then he just couldn't get any points. So I mean, that's fine. His past 5 games, he has 0 points in his last 5 games. So, okay. So Petrovich, let's look at his contract. Alex Petrovich contract. Okay, so a two-way contract for $765,000 per year. So literally the cheapest deal we can get. So they said you're not even worth being on our team. So that might be clearing up a spot so like it can go make a trade maybe. I don't know. I would say free agent signing, but they don't have any money. They literally have less than $5 million, and they have like 5 notable UFAs. Actually, I think they have like anywhere from 5 to 7 notable UFAs. I don't remember, like something like that. But yeah, they have some interesting decisions to make this offseason. I expect the Stars to get slightly worse this next season. Yeah. I think they probably fired the boy. But we'll talk more about that tomorrow. But yeah, they probably fired the boy. Head coach. But yeah, let's review Western Conference Finals game number 5. Shall we? Orioles get a power play early, and it's Corey Perry's 7th goal of the playoff power play goal. McDavid and Draisaitl, 2:31 in the first period. Draisaitl gives it to McDavid, who finds Perry in front. Beautiful play from McDavid, finds Perry wide open in front, pots at home. Power play goal for the Orioles, 2:31 into the game, into 1-0 Orioles lead. About 5 minutes later, Matthias Janmark, 3rd goal of the playoffs by Arvidsson and Wallman, 7:09 in the first period, 2-0 Orioles lead. And Ottinger gets pulled. 2 shots, 2 goals. Ottinger gets pulled. DeBoer tried to lay spark under his team. Jeff Skinner, first goal of the playoffs, by Adam Henrique and Frederick. I'm pretty sure it was exactly a minute later. Oh, sorry about smacking my computer there. 58 seconds later, Jeff Skinner pots one home. Past the blocker, it's missed. It's 3-0. But, let's see here. About 8 minutes and 20 seconds after the first period, Johnson finds a good play, good forechecking play, finds Robertson, who snipes it past the blocker, posting in. 3rd goal of the playoffs. Goals in 3 straight games. He stays red hot. It's a 2-goal game. 2 goal lead, the worst lead in hockey. 3-1 heading in the second period. The Stars get a power play with about 11 minutes and 30 seconds into the second period. About a minute later, it's about 7 minutes and 33 seconds left in the second period. Johnston finds Rope Hint, who one-tees at home, past Skinner. They got Skinner. You can tell that Skinner's weakness is when he's got moving side to side, and he's moving a lot. He's let up a lot of goals like that. They get him again. They passing quickly, fast, quickly, very speedy. Got Skinner moving side to side. Johnson found Hintz. He pots it home. 6th goal of the playoff power play goal. Johnson and Harley. Assisted by Johnson and Harley. 12:27 in second period. It's a 1-goal game. Apparently, Rope Hintz had a fractured foot from when Don slashed his foot. That's pretty interesting too. That appeared after they got eliminated. That appeared earlier today. And then Wyatt Johnson's got 2 primary assists. He literally ended up having the one of I think he had like the worst plus minus in like a single playoff run in NHL history. I think he like one of them. Like he was like really bad when it comes to plus minus this playoffs. So to get 2 primary assists and playing pretty good in an elimination game, it is clutch for him. But Connor McDavid, about 3 minutes later, literally 3 minutes and 1 second later, it's about 5 minutes and 32 seconds left. 5 minutes and 32 seconds left in the second period. Ekholm blocks a shot. It bounces right on McDavid's stick, who goes about 23 miles an hour or whatever it was. Gets in a breakaway, backhand, forehand. A phenomenal move to beat the Smith around the pad, while also fending off Rope Hintz, who's right behind him. Pots it home somehow. McDavid shines in the biggest moments. 4-2 Edmonton going into the third period. 38 seconds into the third period, Robertson gets his 2nd of the night. 4th of the playoffs. 4th goal in the last 3 games. This is by Ranson and Harley. He's red hot right now. It's a 1-goal game again. And Evander Kane, 5th goal of the playoffs by Draisaitl and Wallman. Not even 3 minutes later. 3:21 into the third period. Gets an incredibly lucky bounce off of the skate of S.11 and barely floats over the glove, I believe it was. Out the Smith into the back of the net. It's a 2-goal game again. Edmonton keeps responding. Everything Dallas does, Oilers always have a response. And then later in the game, with about 11 seconds left in the game, Kasper Kapanen, 3rd goal of the playoffs, empty net, unassisted. And that's going to wrap it up. 14 saves and 17 shots against Skinner. He has 6 wins. Pickett also has 6 wins in the playoffs. Pretty rare that both goalies in a single team have 6+ wins in a playoff run, especially before the Stanley Cup final even started. That's pretty rare. But yeah, Oilers defeat the Stars in 5 games, 4 straight wins at this point. And the only reason why they lost the first game was because the penalty kill was so bad in that third period, and the Stars power play came up huge. But I mean, yeah, everything else for this team was clicking. for this Orioles team were just clicking, especially tonight went up 3-0 lead, and just looked like they wanted it out there more than the Stars at times. Stars showed bright spots at times, but it was too little, too late every time, and the Oilers find a way to come back. Interesting thing though, McDavid touched the Western Conference Championship trophy. You know, the curse behind that, but he didn't touch it last year, and it didn't work. So you're like, you know what? If it didn't work last time, let's do what we didn't do last time, and that's touching it. So Florida did not touch it. They won last year, and they didn't touch it. Florida, I mentioned, lost last year, and they didn't touch it. So they said, well, we're going to touch it this time. We're going to try to see what happens here. But, yeah. Great game from the Oilers all around. Find a way to win every single time, and the Oilers are on to Florida. So yeah, that's gonna do it for today's podcast episode. Hope it was great. Oh my goodness, start that over again. That's gonna do it for today's podcast episode. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Have a great. Okay, let me see what episode it was before we continue. Okay, have a great rest of your morning, evening, afternoon, night, whatever time you're watching. Subscribe to this channel if you like this podcast. Following as far as the same thing. Turn on post your. Got something here. Like this episode if you like this episode in particular, like and Spotify, same thing. Turn on post notifications YouTube channel if you haven't already. Everything you need to know about this podcast is in the description. You can go check it out there. Comment on these videos. Feel free to comment on these videos. You know, so yeah. Hope you enjoyed today's episode 16 of season 11. I'll see you guys tomorrow for episode 17 of season 11 when we talk about what's next for the Hurricanes and the Stars after getting eliminated in 5 games in the respective conference finals to the Panthers and Oilers. So yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow, and then after that, episode 18 of season 11 will be Stanley Cup final preview. So yeah, but I will see you guys tomorrow for episode 17 of season 11. I will see you guys there.